Hi guys, my name is Nina. I work at SmartPak and I'm on the barn team, and I'm very excited. This is my first tag video. So for this video I was tagged by SmartPaker May, and we're going to go through and talk about some horse names. So the first question I was asked was, what is the name of the first horse that I rode? Of course, as a little girl I probably rode a lot of different ones at pony parties and horse camps and that sort of thing. The first one that really sticks with me is a horse called High Tops. He was a big black gray horse. He had this giant thick white blaze, and I was probably in third grade at the time, and just took lessons on a monthly basis. The thing about High Tops, he was old. He was in his 20s. He might have been gaited. I really don't remember. But he farted all the time. So I was not a fan of this. He was a good old horse to learn from. And it came time that I was looking for a new horse, and my parents wanted to help me pick the perfect one, and they thought the old safe horse High Tops would be the best pick. But as a third grader and a little girl, no way was I going to have a horse that farted the entire time. So High Tops and I said our goodbyes at that time, and we continued to look for other horses and continued taking lessons on other horses, which leads to the next question. What is the name of the first horse that I owned? I looked at a few, and there was a horse that came in from an auction called Freedom, and we got Freedom, and ended up being a really great horse, really safe. My brother could ride him, I could ride him. I was in fourth grade at the time, and we decided to purchase him. So I've saved up all my money for years and bought my first horse in fourth grade. We changed his name from Freedom, because of course there's way too many Freedoms, to Slapshot, because my brother played hockey, so it was very fitting. And Slapshot was, I believe, 3 or 4 years old at the time, so he was really young. And after a few months of owning him, found out that he was not the fun, safe horse we had first purchased. He was actually really sick and drugged when we bought him. So later to come and find out that I had this huge rodeo horse as my first horse, basically, because he wasn't broke at the time, which actually plays in really nicely, because the third question is, what is the name of the naughtiest horse that I've ever known? That would definitely be my horse. Slapshot was the naughtiest horse that we've ever had and I've ever run into in my years of horses. So he wasn't broke, he wasn't trained. I was this little girl on this big paint horse, and he tossed me off, I can't tell you how many times, multiplying my fingers and toes, I can't even remember. I've broken my arm. I have so many rope burns. So we always, growing up, we did open shows and 4-H shows. He's technically a grade, so I couldn't really show in a lot of breed shows. And I have a lot of fond memories of his naughtiest moments. One would be, I love showing in halter and showmanship. Showmanship's one of my favorite classes. Well, he's excellent at the pattern. We can pivot, we can stay right with you, clean stops, but he doesn't stand still. He's an angel outside of the ring, but when he comes inside to line up for halter and showmanship, he's very clever. He will take one foot and put it out to the side, and then I would correct it and he'd bring it back as we're standing there nice and square, and then he would just relax his hind leg, and then we would fix it, and he'd take his other foot out. I mean, instantaneously, like right after each other, he was doing it. So, and it wasn't a nerves thing for me, because sometimes people get in the ring and they get really nervous. It was never my goal to win every class, so that was never a nerves thing. But he knew how to push my buttons, and I knew how to push his, so that's a very naughty moment for him. He was also horrible at trailering when we first got him, so much he would be rearing and striking out at people, so he was really naughty when he came to trailering. Now he loads himself in by himself, so he's an angel for that. One of my favorite ones, and I'm sure if other people see this, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I had this Slapshot, this horse. He was very fat, he was very lazy, but I still wanted to do gaming and contesting like all the other girls my age when we were showing. So you'd get in the ring and, you know, you'd run down to do your barrels or your poles or anything like that, and Slapshot didn't run. He just rodeo bucked all the way down the line. So it wasn't until like a few years after owning him I figured out you had to ask him to run in like years. So ask for one and then go to the next. And then he always just bucked on the way back down. So we found out that running fast in fast events was not for him. But always got made fun of when I was younger for having this rodeo horse when we were showing. So that's my naughty stories. The next question was, what is the name of my current horse? So I still have Slapshot today, and we ended up calling him Slapshot Shadaisy because he ate a mouthful of daisies every time we went trail riding. And he's now 17. A few years after owning him, we picked up a second horse, and I was very excited because it was going to be a papered horse, and I was going to have this big, beautiful name. And we ended up getting a thoroughbred off the racetrack, and his name was Chuck. So I didn't really get a nice fancy name. It is spelled differently. It's C-H-Y-U-C-K. Supposedly when he was born, he was a yucky baby when he came out, but I don't know, I wasn't there for that moment. Those are the two horses I have now, and hopefully I'm prospecting for a young one in the next few years, so I'll be thinking of names to come. The next question was, what would be my favorite name for a horse? And this is actually really cool. So when I was on the customer care team, we had a lot of phone calls come in, and we got to talk to you guys all day. And I keep a list of horse names that I really like on my little Post-it note, and I will run through those real quick. So, and hopefully one of your horses' names are on here. That'd be really neat. I have Zanzibar, Mr. Darcy. I love Pride and Prejudice, so of course that's on there. Nemo, Hiccup, Amor, Timon, like Timon and Pumbaa, that's great. Ladybug, Tonka, I love Tonka. There's a lot of Tonkas that are in SmartPak, so way to go, but it's a cute little name. I'm just thinking of having like a little Norwegian fjord or this big thick halflinger named Tonka. Dino, Bourbon, and probably my favorite is, I love Disney princesses, and my favorite was Ariel. There was a customer that called in who had her horse's name, and it was Ariel spelled backwards, so it was Lyra. And I thought that was really unique. It's still really pretty. So if I end up getting a mare, which probably won't happen, but if I do, it will definitely be called Lyra. So I think that's really pretty. So that answers all of the tag questions. But I'm very excited that I had the opportunity to do this. We are tagging some of our biggest and most loyal fans. So stay tuned and see if we've tagged you. So the fans that I'm going to be tagging are Dallas6101, megandalishaxx, and SmartPaker Olivia. So if you guys want to get in on the fun, make sure that you tag these videos, and we would also request that you guys tag us in your videos because we would love to hear what you had said. So thank you for taking the opportunity to listen to my name stories, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.